Good morning. My name is Lexie, and I will be your chairperson for today's service. Are there any visitors or new students and families here this morning? Okay. If so, welcome to our temple. Could those of you sitting near them help them find the proper pages for the sutras, gathas, and readings? Thank you. First, we'll have Sambujo on page 24 in the big book, followed by sutra chanting Juseige on page 23 in the little book and page 93 in the big book. Now we will have Gatha. Amida Buddha is with me on page 32 in the Dharma School service book, followed by the Golden Chain, which is located on page 2 in the little book and page 15 in the big book under Golden Chain 1. The Golden Chain. I am a link in Amida's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful deeds, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong. May we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Betsu. Namo Amida Betsu. Namo Amida Betsu. We will now have a Dharma message by Reverend Mikame.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing okay. We are visiting Japan now to observe the special celebration of 850 years of Shinran Shonin's birth and 800 years of establishment of the Jodo Shinshu tradition. So while you're listening to this talk, we might be in Okayama, maybe, making pottery and watching special sword. Because Okayama is famous for sword making. So once my pottery is done, I hope I can show it to you someday. And in order to fully enjoy our tours in Japan, both Rinban and I are recording these videos for the 2 weeks of our absence. And I'm speaking now, which means my script was on schedule. Phew. Okay. So we are able to live a convenient life thanks to the development of technology and longer and healthier life thanks to good medicine and the study of disease. We should have a better life than before. We should have a better life than before. Nevertheless, there are still many factors that bind our lives and make us feel cramped. What is that for you? I would say one factor could be the tight time limitations that we have in our human society. We live in a modern society where we are pressed with various deadlines every day, such as work deadlines and like personal deadlines. Many of us are probably looking at our calendars and thinking, oh, I have to do this by when? and something like this. So this could be felt by everyone who has worked for the company or study at the school. When I was a student, I was not very good at meeting homework deadlines sometimes, which annoyed my teachers sometimes, but not always, sometimes. Are you good at meeting deadlines? Let's say, are you a person who does things instantly as your parents ask you to, parents, teachers, and friends ask you to do? For example, if you are asked to put your socks into a washer, do you do it immediately? If it is something our church friends ask me, I'll try it. I'll try to do it as soon as possible because I'm so forgetful. And I don't want to disappoint them. So I'll do it right away. But if it is my family asking, I just say, okay, I'll do it later and forget about it sometimes. We know what we have to do, but why don't we start working on as soon as possible? In my case, it is because it is hard for me to get excited about doing the heavy lifting until the deadline is near. Growing up, there are still countless deadlines in my life. I have a monthly deadline for articles for our temple, our church's newsletter, and I always try to start early in order to make it. And having deadlines means to bring the things to an end, in particular to terminate the handling of affairs, etc., by setting the deadline or time limit. In other words, it means to put in condition on the time for something to be done. Our society is built on such premises. Human beings cannot live alone. Whether directly or indirectly, we are all connected to someone and live in relationships with someone else. In order for two or more people to get together and do something, a commitment is necessary. In today's society, which made up of so many people involved, the world cannot move forward unless we meet each other's deadlines. However, deadlines do not meet my convenience. We have to meet the deadline. Deadlines are necessary as commitment to make our lives better and smoother. But we all find ourselves caught up in the rush to meet some deadline. Always asking ourselves, oh, when is the deadline for this? Something like this. We spend our time being swamped by lack of time. Always saying, I can't finish this by the deadline. Oh, what should I do? Something like this. It happens to me a lot. This can be very stressful at times. Especially nowadays, we can easily manage everything with the online stuff and the smartphones. We are able to do more things than in the past. And after all, everyone has become more greedy. This had led to into an increase in deadlines and pervasive contradiction in which the convenience of the world causes us to suffer. Life has become more convenient, and at the same time, we are driven by time. Everything goes in a fast speed, and we have to catch up with it. If we can make it, we may not be able to survive in this society, and may be abandoned by someone else. If you are in a difficult situation, you might be able to ask your friends, teachers, and coworkers, and family also for their help, and they will be there for you. But they don't always come and help us because they have their own deadlines and things to do on their sides. I recently met the woman who had lost her husband. After her husband passed away, her family and friends visited her from time to time and invited her to have dinner out with them. When she spent her time with them, she felt she wasn't alone. However, at night, when those people are gone, she felt lonely at home and she shed tears in front of the Butsudan. I can feel her loneliness because I live apart from my family in Japan. When I feel down, I sometimes call my family in Japan, and they hear me, but they have their own lives. They always have to hang up the phone when their time comes to go. Even if we want to stay together longer, there is always limit to time we have. We might be living in such a lonely world that separates us from things and people in a short span of time. So that's why it is precisely because we live in such an era that we need a place to be able to liberate ourselves from the life that is limited by time and rely on something that is not limited by time or anything. A presence that says, I'm always by your side. Such a presence in the heart with limitless compassion are what we need in this world full of limitations. Amida Buddha, who is enshrined in the center of this temple, is such a Buddha of enlightenment. Amida is an old Sanskrit word meaning the Buddha of infinite life and life. Amida is a Buddha that does not have deadlines and the one going beyond any limitation of either time or space. So Namo Amida Butsu, we chant is a calling from the Buddha to tell us that you will never be left alone at any time. Even those who have passed away are always with us, including in the same wisdom and compassion of Amida. And for us too, Amida Buddha assures us our lives to be transformed into Buddha that has no limits of time and space and guides our important people to enlightenment. So the lady who I spoke about earlier is not alone. Even for ourselves too. When we feel sad, when we play our friends, and study at school, whenever in any situation in our life, Buddha's compassion has no deadline, always stays with us and includes everything and everyone harmoniously. We are all driven by deadlines, but what if on the other hand, there were no deadlines? If there are no deadlines, people would never do anything, maybe. If we were told that we can do anything anytime we want, we might not end up doing something we want to do forever. Life is like that too. We tend to be indifferent to important things unless they are related to our own gain or loss. If I ask you, okay, let's listen to the Buddha Dharma, which is most important to rely on in life. My attitude is to put it off, saying, okay, Sensei, I'll listen to it someday, or maybe next time, okay. But what if tomorrow never comes, or even the next moment? It is Shinan Shonin who sees through this attitude and recommends. Let's listen to the Buddha Dharma together now. I'm so happy that we can hear this teaching with you this morning again at this temple. Thank you for being here. I'd like to conclude my talk with saying Namo Amida Butsu and Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you to Reverend Mikame. We will now have Gatha farewell on page 45, followed by the promise located on page 5 in the little book and page 15 in the big book. The promise. We thank the Buddha for showing us the way of freedom. We will endeavor to walk in his noble path every day of our lives. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you to Reverend Mikame and Mr. Nishimura, and to organist musician Michael Yoshihara. Are there any announcements?
Good morning, everyone. He is awake. So, like several of you probably in this room, I actually was born and raised here. And my maiden name is Darlene Torigoe. I'm now Darlene Bagshaw. And my husband Charlie and I are here for a very special presentation today. First of all, I'd like to thank the students and parents for coming in today, and the teachers for all their efforts to share the Dharma. I'm now privileged to be a Dharma school teacher and not a student. And if you are been here for a while, we used to line up, it used to be gravel instead of grass, pea gravel. We used to line up and our classes would go from one side of the other to the other side of the Hondo and all the way to the street. There were hundreds of us. So it used to be quite an event just to get us lined up and into Hondo and into class. So. But anyways, now I'm a Dharma school teacher. I'm privileged to work on the board, the Federation of Dharma School Teachers board with your teacher, Mas Nishimura, and I am also on the BCA Music Committee. So I'm assuming you've all heard about the BCA lyric contest? Okay, I don't see a lot of heads going this way. So I'd like you to go to the BCA website, BuddhistChurchesOfAmerica.org, look for the music tab, pull down that tab, and look at the lyric contest. This is a BCA Music and FDSTL sponsored contest for our BCA 125th anniversary next year. We are going to produce two new Gathas for this. And you do not have to write the music. You just have to write the lyrics, okay? So there's a youth category and there is an adult category. So everyone in this room is eligible to submit lyrics, okay? There are a couple of, guidelines for this. So we do, just to get you thinking about that way, we would like you to write on the next year's BCA National Council meeting theme of embracing the Dharma with hope and joy, or the BCA theme itself, life of gratitude, or on any aspect of Shinran Shoni's life and legacy. So that's a pretty broad topic. I'm sure all of us in this room could come up with something, okay? And unfortunately, Reverend Mikame talked about deadlines. There is a deadline for this one, so please don't procrastinate. They are due by June 4th, and there are committees in place that will be judging the lyrics, and the lyrics that are chosen will be professionally set to music. So please think about what is important to you. As an organist at my temple, and which was spawned from this temple, new music is always welcome. Nobody sings it, but it's kind of fun to try to introduce a Gatha, and if it's got meaningful lyrics, hopefully you guys will all sing. So, at our Federation of Dharma School Teachers League conference last weekend, we had a kind of a fun preliminary contest where we had people vote for their lyric by putting a little pebble in a cup based on the lyric number that they chose. And I'd like to thank teacher Mas Nishimura and his class for submitting 6 entries into this contest. So that was an awesome job. So thank you to Tyler Kao, Mika Kono, Derek Sueyoshi, Catherine Tanaka, Chiemi Wong, and Trevor Villanueva for the time and effort you put into these wonderful entries. But just like all contests, although everyone received votes, only one winner can be chosen. And I'd like to read the first place lyrics to you. The song is called We Are Connected. Everyone is connected through the shining golden chain. Our actions affect everyone. We must think before we act. Even insignificant things can make a big difference. Ask for help. Don't be afraid. Links are there to hold us together. Make a strong link with all those around you. So I'd like to congratulate Catherine Tanaka, our winner. So on behalf of the FDSTL Bishops Project Committee, we have a gift for all those who entered. So each participant will receive a $25 Amazon gift card, and Catherine, you will receive a check for $100. But I am so sorry, the check is in the mail. 1 week wasn't quite enough time for us to get our act together. We procrastinated maybe a night. And so we will have the check sent to your teacher and he will present it to you. So when I call your name, if you could please come forward, offer incense, and receive your gift from my husband, Charles. So first of all, we'll just go in order. Tyler Kao, are you here, Tyler? No? How about Mika Kono here today? Oh, I'm going to keep these gift cards. Derek Sueyoshi? No Derek today? Oh, Derek's here. Thank you. Maybe you could go in the center and give it to them. Thank you. How about Chiemi Wong? And do we have Trevor Villanueva? Trevor here today? Yay. And last but not least, Catherine Tanaka. And for Catherine, we wrote a little congratulatory letter, and the check is in the mail. So let's give all of them a round of applause. Thank you so much. And remember, it is not too late for everyone in the Honda to submit something. June 4th, all the information is on the BCA website, so please participate. And thank you so much for supporting all these amazing Dharma School students. Thank you.
Good morning, Mei Kawamoto, Superintendent. It's going to be really hard to follow that great presentation. It's so good. Congratulations to everyone. Thanks all for participating. I just wanted to mention a couple of things. So speaking of deadlines, the end of the Dharma school year is coming up. And so keep a lookout, parents, for messages on some activities we're planning for the end of the year. I attended the conference last week. It was wonderful. It was excellent. And the president handed me an envelope full of my offerings envelopes, which we were running out of earlier. But I wanted to mention, so that's kind of ongoing. If you need an envelope, let me know. But the 7th and 8th grade class, every single person submitted an envelope. So I just want to congratulate that class. So very good. And that's really it. But thank you all for showing up today. I know the ministers weren't here, but it was awesome. It's always awesome to see you here every week. Thank you.
Before everyone leaves the temple, please straighten all the books for the next service. For your safety, please obey the crossing guards and look both ways before crossing the street. Thank you for attending today's service.